these monies were going through some very powerful U.S. banks with some very powerful interests in the United States. These banks knew or had reason to know that these monies were laundered by terrorists, and there are very significant potential conflicts of interest in both the Clinton and Bush administration, with the country primarily responsible for funding these charities, namely Saudi Arabia. We have both Clinton and Bush, and in particular this Bush administration, who is as tight with Saudi Arabia as you can get. The president's father used to stay with the bin Laden family when he would go to Saudi Arabia. So I don't know. I don't know what the exact answer is, but that may help explain why the why the FBI agents were nervous about getting into this stuff when the rich and powerful of Washington, D.C. are in fact doing business with some of these entities.
Let me ask you about 2012. There's talk that you're considering a run for the presidency, and I wonder what you make of how people react to you.
Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They just wanna be rich, they don't care about us. It's all the risk that's locking us up. Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They don't care about us, they just wanna be rich. You think they care how we live? People nowadays need to be observant, controlling everything we're learning, purposely keeping us uneducated, gain more knowledge, incarcerated. Misleading storylines on the news. Imagine if we knew what they really knew. Bullshit reports, stars making headlines. Young soldiers stepped on a landmine. Fabricated wars fought overseas. I seen whole families out on the streets. Recession, no doubt, was an inside job. Ask homeowners how they got robbed. Now they legalize weed, collect taxes behind doors. Politicians laugh, they're building more prisons. Alarming rates, gone for life off 3 mistakes. Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They just wanna be rich, they don't care about us. It's all the risk that's locking us up. Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They don't care about us, they just wanna be rich. You think they care how we live? Media dictates what we know, keeping us stupid with reality shows. Teachers taking pay cuts, getting less hours. To always remember, knowledge is power. If we're smart, we're deemed a threat. They got us controlled through the net. Social networks cause revolts. They want chaos at all fucking costs. That gives them reasons for invasions. The precursor to revelations. Masons and secret societies. The real puppet masters aren't hiding. All about money through spilled blood. They'd rather do that than show kids love. Budget cuts affecting the youth. Crowded prisons is my proof. Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They just wanna be rich, they don't care about us. It's all the risk that's locking us up. Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They don't care about us, they just wanna be rich. You think they care how we live? Land of the free, who you think you fooling? Patriot Act, that's overruling. Eavesdropping, watching our lives. Don't be fooled by the stars and stripes, giving the world a false perception. All these lies, I give reflection. Imagine what they keep classified. I blow through the smoke screen, so many lies. Amongst some other shit, can't you tell? Never waste time in a jail cell. Terrorist up in Guantanamo Bay. Get more rights than a Pelican Bay. Shots out, Sureños locked up. Soldiers under rank, they get caught up. I do it for you, and that's on the suit. Cut me open, my blood is blue. Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They just wanna be rich, they don't care about us. It's all the risk that's locking us up. Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They don't care about us, they just wanna be rich. You think they care how we live?
Ladies and gentlemen, the very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society. And we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined.
Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming quick. They just wanna be rich, they don't care about us. It's all the risk that's locking us up. Trapped in a gangster government, oppression is coming